Hello there, and good morning to you from Patong Beach. We are at Patong Beach on the island of Phuket. And once again, I'm trying out this new contraption that I built to block the wind from the microphone. Hopefully you saw that on the other video that I showed how I built it and everything. I'm still working on it. I have an idea where I'm going to try and rebuild it to be a little bit smaller, but it seems to be working, so we're going to give it a shot. Here in Patong Beach, we are about maybe a 15-minute drive away from Patong Beach. Patong Beach is beautiful, however, it is full of tourists. There's a lot of people on Patong Beach. So one of the things that I've been doing is trying to hit some of the other smaller beaches around. And let me tell you, there is nothing small about this beach. Patong Beach is going on, as you can see, for probably well over a mile. It's a huge beach. It's just less congested, not as many people. It's really wonderful. I've had people mention to me basically that I seem outgoing and that, you know, I can go to a different country and just kind of laugh and joke with other people. But I have to tell you, that's really not the way I always have been. I've been an introvert. And building that ability to be able to be around others, it's taken time. It's not something that's happened very quickly. You see, like a lot of people, I had a tendency to build walls around me. Social walls. And that I didn't want other people to pass. And we do that. We do that by wearing crazy outfits. We do that by covering our face with bizarre stuff and, you know, living some sort of outrageous lifestyle. We build a wall between ourselves and other people. And when you travel, that can make it even harder because people are already dealing with the fact that there's a language barrier and you're not used to the culture there. And then you're building these social barriers on top of them. It's just not a good way to live life, and you're not getting a chance to see the most in life. So today, I want to talk about my ability to break away from being an introvert. And I also want to talk about just some ideas of how you as well, through travel like this, can sort of break that wall that you've built between yourself and others that people think is there. You think that wall is there, but the reality is you and I built it, okay? That's what we're going to talk about today. You know, one of the things that people talk about is opportunity. They say, you know, opportunity, it's knocking at the door. And then when you see like a great price to travel someplace like this, you say, oh, that's an incredible opportunity. And you might say to yourself, why on earth would I not take that? Why would I not go? Why would I not buy a ticket, grab my passport, grab a backpack, and get the heck out of there? Look at Retire and Go is just wandering along Patong Beach on Phuket. I've got places to stay for, it's costing me $14 a night right now. I'm eating meals that are costing me $4 American. That's for a full meal, okay? That's not like just stopping by a street cart and getting something that cost me about 75 cents, okay? And the thing is that you believe in your heart that, well, that's not me. I'm not like that because I'm kind of introverted and, you know, I'm not the kind of person that just gets away and does these kind of things. That's not me. That's other people that you see on YouTube, but that's not me. And I can tell you that nobody felt that way more than myself. In fact, for years when I worked overseas as a contractor, I think one of the reasons why I left is because I felt very disconnected from the society that I was living in. First of all, the place that I was living in was very expensive. And just to be able to go out and experience an evening was going to be over $100. And to try to have any kind of a social life, are you kidding me? To try to have any kind of a social life right now in the West, the amount of money that it costs to go out, the amount of money that it costs to go on a date, the amount of money that it costs to actually be in some sort of a relationship with somebody, very high. And so I just kind of built like walls around me, and people would go do things and I just wouldn't join them. And that kept going until it got to a point where I just wasn't doing hardly anything with my life. And then when the CV-19 hit, that made it even harder for people and made it harder for everyone. To be able to break out of that, it was a two-part process for me. The first is I literally got the heck out of where I was living. I changed everything. And I took a job overseas. I flew far away and I was immersed into a whole different culture where I had to interact with people. And I gotta tell you, that really opened me up. First thing that it did is it showed me how actually nice people are around the world. And that started to make me realize that I was the one that was building a wall around me. It's not other people. That's what we tell ourselves. We say, it's other people. They're so mean and they're so evil. And they're, you know, they don't think like I do. They got different thought processes in politics and in everything. And in every way, they're different. And they're different from me. So I got to build a wall. That's actually not true. People think a lot more like you than you realize. And not just in your home country, but around the world. People are kind. People want to be social. People want to spend time chatting with you. In many countries, they want to spend time practicing English and they don't mind sitting down and chatting with you. And all you have to do a lot of times is smile and hold your hands up and say, hey, you know, I think I'm lost, you know. And the locals, wherever country you're in, will come up and go, where are you trying to get to, you know? Where is it you're trying to go? I'm trying to go over here. All right, we'll get you a taxi, you know? So you have this feeling that there's a wall around you, but actually you and I, okay, myself included, we built that wall. We built the wall of introversion, right? That, oh, the world is such a horrible place and I don't get along with it. That's not true. It's we're making the decision not to get along with it. Woo, look at this beautiful, beautiful beach. How gorgeous. It just goes back as far as you want, both directions. There's hardly anybody on this beach at all. It's gorgeous. And look at the lush green around it here. Back between these here, you've got little beachfront resorts, and you got places to eat and stuff like that. It's just awesome. This is just a gorgeous place to come visit. I'm glad that I got out of Patong for a little while and drove a little ways away. This has been a really nice change for me. What does it mean to be able to actually break that wall that you put in front of you and to start to be able to interact again with other people? I will tell you that for me, it was a mixture of different things. One, it was actually some fear. Now, what does that mean? Well, that's the military side of me that saw what was happening in the world. I saw that there was a horrible CV-19 that was going around. I saw violence and riots on television and degradation of the cities that I love to visit. And so I had to build up a fear inside. And that makes you want to just stay indoors more and not go anywhere and not do anything. But once I did get out and I did start traveling a little, I realized that a lot of that craziness that was going on in my home country, that's not going on around the world. In fact, they're just like, what? And everybody is just enjoying themselves and relaxing. Maybe they're taking the basic precautions that are recommended, but other than that, they are living their life and enjoying the world around them. And they had the same mentality I did, which is enjoy life and stop stressing about the small stuff and stop stressing about things you can't change. Mentally and physically, I had built a wall around me. And I see a lot of other people that do it too. And I can't point fingers at them because I did it myself. I was stressed. I was living in fear and confused about the unknown and the direction of the world. And so I built a wall around me that would keep me from enjoying life. And when I broke that wall, I did it with a backpack and a passport. That was the tool that I used to break that wall. And you know what's interesting is it wasn't even this like idea of getting thrown in the pool to learn how to swim. It wasn't like that. It was actually really chill. And it was very enjoyable. Physically, since I've been traveling now, I have been working out every day, eating much healthier. I'm not saying that I don't drink at all, because I do have a drink from time to time. But I will say that my drinking has reduced a lot, to the point where it's like social drinking when I'm sitting somewhere or something along those lines, or maybe a drink with a meal. And that has been really nice too, because I think that sometimes we turn to these substances to deal with our stress. We deal with stress with substances and by building that wall between us and others. When I got on a plane and started traveling Southeast Asia this year, again, people were leaving me like messages saying, wow, you're outgoing then. I'm like, honestly, I'm not, but I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at being outgoing. I'm getting better at spending time with other people. And I think in the long run, that's going to be healthier for the way that I interact with my family and with my friends as well. I think there's a lot of you that are watching that might also be dealing with this kind of stress, where you're worried about what's happening around the world. And I tell you what, I was worried about all of that. And I had to realize what I have the power to change, what I don't have the power to change, and make the decision to stop stressing about the things that I don't have the power to change. Putting some clothes into a backpack and grabbing a passport, I had the power to change that. Going to a beautiful place like this, Phuket, Thailand, staying in a great little hotel room that hardly cost me anything, walking on a beautiful beach like this, I had the power to make that happen. And so the things that I had the power to change, I did. Changing the way that I look at the world, the way that I interact with others, being more positive, smiling, happy, exercising every day, easing back on the alcohol. I had the power to change these things, and so I did, because I had the power to change them. If you have the power to change something and you don't, then that's on us, okay? Then I can only blame myself, right? I can't blame anyone or anything else in the world. We absolutely have the ability to change our current situation, to change our reality. And we don't have to live in fear, we don't have to live in stress. And we don't have to live in the same place anymore either. We're not locked down anymore, so stop locking yourself down. Stop telling yourself that there's a boogeyman out there that's going to get you, because there isn't. So get yourself out and go do something, and go travel, and go see something you've never seen before, and have a hard time with the local language, and order something to eat that turns out it's so hot you can't finish it. Because it's different, it's a change, and adapting the change is how we grow. It's how we grow as humans, and we don't stagnate. Let's talk a moment about perspective. I had a perspective on my own life and on the world that was negative. When I went to go work overseas, I did it because I thought that things had been changed forever in the world, and that now I was in some sort of emergency survival mode where I had to work, start investing, change everything. And as the world adapted to the craziness that was going on, you know, I realized, wait a minute, hold up. Life is actually pretty good, and it's not as crazy as I thought it was. But I was being fed information on the television channels and on the internet that things are horrible and it's just the world is ending and that it's nothing but destruction and chaos and the cities are burning down. And I'm like, I bought it. I bought it all. I bought all that. And then I travel far away and people are like, no, things are not chaotic. They're doing just fine. Cities are not burning down at all. The towns are looking just fine, okay? You just need to maybe change the town. And I recommend it. People are not inherently committing crimes and dangerous and violent. People are doing that maybe where you are. And so guess what? You can't change them. And obviously society doesn't care. But you can change you, and you can change where you're at. You can change your location and then change your reality. That you have the power to change. That's exactly what I did. And with that came a change in my perspective. As I changed my perspective, I no longer found myself as an introvert. In fact, I would smile and make jokes at people as I was traveling to these different countries. I'd like joke with people and make them smile and be happy about life. I had to change my location. I had to change my reality. Change the people that were around me. I had to change my own perspective, my own view on my own life. And I'll tell you what, traveling to the far side of the world and wandering along some of the most beautiful beaches on earth, that'll change your reality. That'll change your perspective real quick. If you feel that you're an introvert, if you feel that you're not the type person that can get on a plane and travel, if you feel that you just have to stay locked indoors and see the world through a screen and you can never get out, I just want you to know you're not alone. I felt the same way. And I want you to know that that wall is being built by us, nobody else. No one else in society is building that world. We're building that world for ourselves. And it was not easy to break down. At first, the first couple of countries that I traveled to, the videos are all on here. The first couple of countries I traveled to, I was like, oh, whoa, we're not in Kansas anymore, you know? But as I continued to travel, I realized that people are actually pretty darn good all over. And the world is not full of chaos. And neither is my life. My life is not full of chaos. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And I hope you're having a wonderful week. We're going to visit several more places here in Phuket. We're in Karan today. And throughout this video, we're going to grab bites to eat. And we're going to relax and get ourselves something to drink and overlook the beautiful ocean. And I hope that you keep coming along with me, because we've got a lot more countries to sit throughout Southeast Asia. And we're not going to stop. We're just going to keep going after that. And I'd love you to spend some time with me. Have a great day. Stay positive. Don't give up on the dream of travel, and don't give up on yourself. We'll talk again soon. And aloha. I just walked right across the street and found a great little Thai restaurant to get a bite to eat. A little bit pricier than if I walked about one more block into the Karan area. Not bad though. Thank you so much. Oh man, that looks great. Thank you. Look at that right there. Oh, whew, thank you. Wow. Oh man, look at that right there. A wonderful trip to the Karan area on Phuket Island, and a lot more Southeast Asia to come, folks. Come on along.